Week 6, Sleeping Dragons versus Apollo. My name is Nuclear, and joining me today is the lovely play-by-play caster, Big Sam. How are you today, Sam?
And I can't complain. It's a pretty day outside. It's Easter weekend. We got two teams ready to go, trying to get that all-important win in the IOWL. Sleeping Dragons got a win last week. Let's see if they can continue that trend. And also, let's see if Apollo can get that win.
Yeah, most definitely. I haven't seen much of the Apollo squad, so I'm not quite sure what they are going to have in store for us. But I have spectated quite a bit of the Sleeping Dragons, and like you said, they did come out of a win last week, and I kind of expect them to do a little bit better than they did last week, but we'll just have to find out as we come to the Slijeng map.
You want to get a quick pause real quick to make sure we're good?
Quick pause. Yep.
Just want to make sure that the pause doesn't work. So what do you think we're going to see here? Predominantly, it's been either the Rein Zarya or the Rein Diva.
Yeah, I honestly, considering of yesterday, I kind of expect a little bit more Ryan Diva than we have been seeing lately, but it doesn't surprise me if they choose the Ryan Zarya. But I also probably expect them to do the Sim TP strat specifically for this point.
Right. The Sim TP, when you get to the point fast, even with the Lucio speed boost, when the turrets get in here, it's just organized chaos.
Yeah, Organized Chaos is a perfect way to sum it up. And we actually do see Dogar over on the side of Apollo on that Symmetra already, but not quite on the side of Sleeping Dragons. So we might see Apollo get the early advantage here, but Level Bane with the Junkrat could be dangerous.
But yes, it looks like I don't think they're gonna. It's a Sombra versus a Symmetra, so it's gonna be kind of interesting to see what both teams try to do. And there are the turrets already getting in place before either team can engage. And now they realize the Symmetra took a rocket straight to the face. And it's already a huge pick on the Lucio to open this fight up right here. And now the Lucio doesn't get risk, but down goes the Symmetra, down goes your heavy hitter, down goes your main tank with the Junkrat, and then they trade once again with the Moira. And the Mercy's down, so they lost both support, so it's just 2 tanks, 2 DPS. It looks like this first point will go by way of Sleeping Dragons with the Far Mercy combo already in the point right here. And Crybaby gets taken down because there was no healers on the point to help him. Looks like the Moira has switched over to a Lucio. This probably will be a swap coming right here for Apollo.
Yeah, definitely. And it was an opening point capture by Sleeping Dragons, but as you saw halfway through that team fight, actually, Apollo starting getting a few picks there, making it easy for them to regroup and get the picks to retake the point. And now they're already ahead of Sleeping Dragons in progress.
And I say the Junkrat gets taken down, and the Junkrat gets res, so there's no res for 30 seconds for Sleeping Dragons. Sombra goes down, there'll be no res on the Sombra. Now let's see, both Ryans just trying to feel each other out, and it is just going back and forth right here. It's just that Pharah is being such a problem to deal with, and no hit scan to take care of her, and that's just really hurting the Dragons right now.
Yeah, definitely. And it was a good hold for the Apollo squad there. You did hit it right on the nose. Jamie being quite a problem on that fair. They're doing a lot of damage. You did see her go into the little white room there and get a rocket barrage off even.
Yeah, now the Junkrat, after the tire has swapped over to the soldier, almost gets knocked out but able to survive. They do have the Valk, they do have the Shatter. On the opposite side, it's the same thing on both ends. And a 1-for-1 trade-off between a Hanzo and a Reinhardt. Now it goes back and forth. Looks like this will again go away of Apollo with the res coming off in the picks. 6-1 advantage with the Baby Diva staggering. And the Fire Strike takes out the Baby Diva.
Yeah, and with 88% left, or taken already for the side of Apollo, they're looking really good to take this first point here. We are going to see him hold them back a little bit. And with 3% left, let's see what they can do. It doesn't look like anything.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong. Did Dream King get a EMP off at all that fight that game at all?
I'm not quite sure. I did hear an EMPQ or see one go off at any point in time. There may have been one at the very end there, but overall, no, I didn't see the ult buildup coming from Dream King as we might have hoped for.
Because that is huge when you play Sombra for the whole game, and if you don't even get not one EMP, either means they are countering you and shutting you down hard, or you're just not just not really playing at at a high enough level. But now they swap to a Tracer, and now let's see what they're going to try to do with this one against a Brigitte Moira combo. So between Tracer Brigitte, I'm interested to see who wins that battle. Both teams are already on the point, starting to figure out engage. There's already a pick on the Ana, which is the big piece you don't want to lose right off the bat. And this is going back and forth. Let's see the Rhine on Rhine violence goes the way of Apollo. Crybaby gets D-Mech'd, and they're just steamrolling these guys again. And it's just the D.Va is just in a corner. It's a hard stagger. You hate to see it.
Yeah, definitely. Crybaby getting staggered there. They're gonna barely cap that point though, so not too bad on the stagger, as bad as it could actually have been. But we are going to see Arb King actually switch over to the Winston here. I'm not quite sure about that choice, and we already have 2 of Sleeping Dragons down in the back.
I mean, now all of a sudden you have a Widowmaker. So I get the Widowmaker pick. So you want to Winston the dive, but at the end of the day, it's going to be kind of hard. I think they're on the point. Wrecking Ball is on the point behind them.
Yeah, we do see Crybaby in the back trying to get a C9 there. Won't quite get it as Murray and Lash are on the job. And Norfield with a Shatter just takes care of the front line of Sleeping Dragons.
And Crybaby close to getting taken down with a 3 people targeting the Wrecking Ball. And now all of a sudden they go back to the Rhine, but 50%, you figured something's got to be given right here.
Yeah, you would think so, but Sleeping Dragons can't quite seem to get the attacks that they want off here. Frico already being taken off, and the Coalescence from Mary is just keeping the Apollo alive, and the fight's already over before I could even finish my sentence.
That was just a Coalescence followed by the grab, and it was just 4 or 5 people, and it's just over.
Yeah, we're going to see Crybaby on the ball again, going out to the point, trying to get that back cap, but Slash is over there on the brick to take care of it already. And now Sleeping Dragons are going to try to get some space up front, but Dogar in the backline is doomed, is going to take care of him.
And it is just Brigitte on ball violence right now. There's again just Apollo just clean up, mop up duty. And they're doing this with literally one healer as the Brigitte is taking care of the Wrecking Ball. So the Moira is literally healing everybody. That's just a spawn camp. And that is the first map.
Yeah, definitely 1-0 going in favor of Apollo right now, but we do got to remember this is a EU versus an NA team, so we are going to be switching servers every other map to keep it fair for both teams. But right now, Apollo taking the early lead.
And this was on EU, correct?
Yes, correct.
So the next one's going to be an NA server.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see if it makes a difference here in Apollo's gameplay and see if they can still take a win even with the disadvantage.
So both teams predominantly using the Reinhardt right there.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Reinhardt matchups were definitely one of the biggest things of that last match that we were seeing here. We saw Arb King on the Reinhardt trying to keep the Sleeping Dragons grouped up together and just make sure that they don't get picked off, but it didn't quite work out that way as Apollo's DPS line did manage to prove a little bit of trouble for Sleeping Dragons.
Yeah, I think Dream King needs to step up a little bit because the Sombra and the Tracer really got no value. Granted, the Brig was there to counter, but you got to get value out of a DPS.
Yeah, definitely. And as we wait to see if we're getting subs from any teams, we are going to get ready to go to our King's Row map for the second one, and it will be our holiday map for the night.
You know, who doesn't like King's Row?
It definitely, and me and Art were talking about this point yesterday. Kings Row is just such a fantastic map. It's one of the earliest maps that you can ever think of. It was in the beta footage and such like that. So it's just really fun. And we are going to get a swap over for Apollo. We got Fahad being swapped out for Elfie Chan. All right. And
So this is again the IOWL. Do you have anything you want to tell you about the IOWL? Like any channels or anything particular about the server?
yeah, definitely. So if you're viewing this and you're not already in the server, we have the IOWL Discord server. If you know us, anybody here in the cast and the behind the scenes, you can go ahead and talk to us, and we can give you a link to the server. It's a great place to find out what all these teams are doing, what times they play, who's getting casted, watching the old casted VODs even, and yeah, we have Sam and Aries, one of our great duos here. We have Scoob and Hop. We have myself and Art. So definitely come out and check some of the matches.
Yes. And we have a bunch of games in there too. Play more than just that, like Animal Crossing, which is popular right now. Final Fantasy, with 7 coming out yesterday. We have Minecraft, which is super popular, and some other games. So it's not just OW. We have multiple games. We have a memes channel. We have a general channel. We have a waifu bot. The server's pretty big. It's pretty long.
Yeah, definitely. And as we do get word that our Sam's partner Aries is in the house, he is going to take my spot on the desk for casting, and I'm gonna go back into my back seat and do the back of house production. So welcome back, Aries.
Thank you, thank you. Sorry I'm late, just some in real life stuff coming in, but I'm here, ready for some Overwatch.
So far, it is 1-0 Apollo, and we are switching from an EU server to an NA server.
Oh, fun.
Yes, this is Aries, one of our other casters, and he plays on the Trash Pandas team, I believe.
Yes, definitely.
We were discussing some of the league and the different channels and everything. So, who are you looking forward to in this game right here? Between any player in particular, or
Um, I think so far I've only seen Apollo play like maybe a little bit here and there, so I'm gonna be slightly new to both of these teams, but see, I think I'm just gonna kind of just lay back a little bit and kind of see what's gonna go on with both these teams. Kind of give them a level playing field overall.
right? Right now, we are currently waiting to see if there are any substitutions coming in for either team. That is what Mr. Nuki Boy was in the process of looking up. What you think will be Apollo with the subs? So Sleeping Dragon looks like they just have their 6. So that's currently what we're waiting on.
Nice. So, last map, what did you see that you liked from both
Uh,
teams?
Apollo just 100% in both maps. It was slap to the face, to say the least, a little smack. Um, so hopefully this time Sleeping Dragons, maybe playing on an NA server, maybe benefits a little bit more. Maybe win a team fight or two and win the point, start pushing the payload. But Dream King need to step it up because went on the Sombra. I don't think they got an EMP off at all. Went with Tracer. I didn't see any pulse bombs. It was just all red in the kill feed. So hopefully some mid-game coaching, mid-game shot calling changes, and they're able to take advantage of some mistakes and able to come together and able to win in team fights, inevitably to win the point, and inevitably push the payload and win the map.
Nice.
So we're at the Christmassy Kings Row. And we'll say it probably best map in the game, don't at me. So last game, both teams played predominantly the Reinhardt. So probably this is going to be another Ryan Zarya, Ryan Diva, but predominantly what the tanks like to run. Occasional double shield with the Sigma or Orisa with the Rhine, but we shall see.
Ready for battle.
And so far, we're going to see Mercy. As of now, Winston, Sigma, Bap, Bastion, May. Probably the Winston's going to swap to a Rhine.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
Against, we're going to see a May, to be determined, Rhine, Moira, and a Junkrat. On the flip side, looks like we're going to see a Symmetra, probably a Sim teleport. We are pausing the game to make sure the pause does work in the event of a D happens. Looks like we are good to go. Let's see what happens as we are underway in King's Row for map 2 of this map for the IWL between the Sleeping Dragons and Apollo. Looks like we're going to try to engage in the choke point a little bit right here. Maswell gets the Rhine away from his team. The Rhine is getting frozen. And the Rhine is in a really bad spot right there. Down goes the Bastion thanks to the signal. And there's a res on the Bastion. You cannot lose the Bastion. And the Bastion is taking out the May. You hate to see it. Bastion goes backside. It misses the charge. So the Rhine takes the fire straight to the face. Self heals. So you throw the casualties yet if happen. Down goes the Junkrat as I say that. The Moira's trying to heal everybody. And looks like this might be Apollo's point right here with the Bastion strat and the Sim strat just taking full advantage. It looks like this will be in the Apollo point, just taking just like that, thanks to the Bastion, thanks to the Sim, and a battle of Reinhardts. What do you think, Ares?
I could use the time off. Objective lost.
Looks like Ares having little mic issues. So it looks like May right now is kind of ice wall away from everybody. There's the Ryan gets stunned. Nothing. Can't capitalize on it. Down goes another pick for Sleeping Dragon. Ooh, both Ryans go down. Will there be reses? There is a res on Apollo. And there's the Sombra almost trying to get a hack. There's the Shatter. I think there you got a few people. There's the Sigma ult coming in. And then it's just going back and forth. And it is just a team kill. And now they're going to start pushing this card more and more. I think Jackie is going to swap characters. Probably maybe not switches from the Maid to the Sombra. I believe that is the only swap. Now they're going to Ryan Zarya instead of Ryan Sigma. So Widowmaker is probably going to be, with all these picks, I don't see the Widowmaker being contested, so this is going to be kind of interesting to see what they're going to try to do with a Widow. Sombra gets taken out. Trying to 1v1 the Widow. This is the ult coming in from the Sigma to try to get some picks coming in. Down goes a pick for Apollo, down goes a pick for Sleeping Dragons. This is a 1-for-1 trade off on that. Both teams are trying to go back and forth. Zarya does get rezzed. Looks like they're going to push this. They are able to push this. And they are able to cap this second point right here. There's a huge pick on the Sigma. It's just the Widowmaker is just uncontested. The Widow does have the ult if the Widow does need the ult. There's two picks right here. Ooh, the Junkrat finally takes down the Widow, getting the high ground. But they have 5 minutes to hold this point right here. So we should see how they get this point right here coming up. Both teams in the choke. Trying to figure kind of war of attrition right here, basically. Ooh, huge EMP, huge shatter. Somebody comes out to heal everybody. Huge blade from the Junkrat. Probably gets the better of that summer duel. The Riptire's taking this, so no. He's out of the Riptire. They're down to no ult right here. Versus a sound barrier of their own. About to have the Valkyrie coming up on theirs. Both teams trading blows right now. Down goes Dreamkey, down goes the Reaper. Now it looks like Apollo will start pushing this. So Ryan gets rezzed up. There's the signal coming out. And it gets taken out through the ult, so the ult gets no value. Down goes the Sombra. The Ryan fell off before that. And it has just pretty much been all Apollo. Down goes the Moira. And now the Ashes on the high ground getting not even contested. There's a huge hack. Your bet's gonna be an EMP. It's a huge EMP. He gets 4 of them. All but a Sound, the Lucio, and the Sombra. It looks like this is gonna go back and forth. And this will go by way of Apollo. 3-0.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
So now let's see what they can do on their point, their push and everything right here. Alright, looks like Ares is having mic issues. He just DM'd me, so
Ready for battle.
let's see what happens right here when Apollo goes to push on the defense. And let's see what some drinks I do on the attack. See how they will try to counteract. The Symmetra will be going on defense.
Attackers incoming in 30
Like it was to start off. Looks like both teams are going to run the Ryan again. Crybaby going to try to run the Sombra again. There's something, I don't know if it's the comms or what, but something needs to happen for Sleeping Dragon so they can compete with these guys, get some picks, win some team fights. Because it's been all red in the kill feed right now. So let's see if they got any strategies they can do to fix it, especially starting with a Widowmaker on attack.
defend objective A.
See, there's a with the Widow pick. If the Widow can get a pick on the Mercy or somebody, looks like Widow will swap to a May. Both teams are in the choke point. The Mercy is in a really bad spot right here. And so it looks like now. So that's it for the swaps. I don't see any other swaps coming in for them so far. Apollo's still just all red in the kill feed. So now there's a swap to the Lucio for support. So let's see, both teams are trying to kill each other out, trying to figure out what needs to happen. Sleeping Dragons desperately needs to get a pick. And then this has been all Apollo, like we've been saying so far, all stream. And you get the Symmetra now just in the back line, just shooting projectiles. And so, yeah. Until the turrets were doing some heavy damage. It looks like they're going to flank around behind them. There's a huge pick on the Lucio. Lucio does get rezzed up and they pick their own Lucio off, so now maybe here's a chance. You know, both Lucio's dying, both Lucio's get picked up. And your picks coming in, the kill feed, it's the tag visor with the damage boosted Mercy. And I think that Mercy did not even pop the Valkyrie right there. Or maybe I swapped over from the Sombra to the Tracer, the Gold Gun Tracer to be exact. And trying to get a pick on the Zarya, which she's a hard counter for Zarya. Looks like it's gonna go up top, right here. You see the Symmetra does have the ult, and Symmetra they need the big giant shield. I thought about popping ult for a second. Now he's going back and forth right here. There's the Symmetra shield coming up. And there's a huge pick on the Lucio. Although they're trying to get a res, but both Lucios die off, and then there's pigs coming in. And that's pretty much another team wipe. All red in the kill feed. With a minute 30 left. Crybaby swaps again. And so now let's see any other swaps come out. They're running a Winston now. I guess the Winston to try to dive the Symmetra. I don't think they realize they're on the bottom. And now they realize they're on the bottom.
60 seconds.
The Widow completely whiffs on a few shots right here. Crybaby gets taken down. And it is just again already in the kill feed with 50 seconds left on the clock. See the Winston's trying to dive. Down barrier pops up for Apollo. And everybody running. And the Widow finally gets revenge and gets Soldier. And there goes the Mercy. If there was ever a time for Apollo and for Crybaby to take this point, this is it right here. This is it. This should be the push right here. It looks like this will be the push. It was the Widow pick on the Soldier to start the fight off. We'll wind up getting Sleeping Dragons this point with, I think this is 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. So now, got both teams. The payload is coming out. Both Orion is just fire striking at will. Maybe we time to switch off the Winston. But anyway, destroying that teleporter. Looks like there's a huge picks again. Looks like this one we hit for the Winston though, going for the Mercy. Even if you would have killed the Mercy right there, the Mercy would have had spawn in advantage. But anyway,
No one can hide from
both
my
teams are trying to,
sight.
you know, probably the close get taken down again. And it's just down goes the Mercy. So for Sleeping Dragons without your Mercy, I guess they're gonna wait this full regroup. And it's just again almost like a spawn camp coming out for these guys right here. And it's just, you see, with a minute 20 left, they do have the Symmetra shield which they can use for all their team to hot fight behind. Winston does pop ult. Winston's just trying to do whatever Winston can in the back line. There's 2 huge picks for Apollo, and they get taken down. And once again, it's all red in the kill feed with 50 seconds left. It's going to be interesting to see what it, and Crybaby swaps again from the Widow to the Tracer. Crybaby's probably swapped a lot and really no ults to show for it, so really hard to see anything on it. There's the Blizzard comes out. And there's there's 2 picks. There's multiple picks coming out. Looks like this will finally be a team wipe. And this will go for Sleeping Dragons as they can now start pushing this payload. And now Orion will come down and get healed up easily. So you're close to a pulse bomb. They do have Valkyrie. So for this fight, you have no support ults. If they do indeed pop the Graviton Surge, your pulse bomb has to be huge in order to have a chance to win. And the pulse bomb is taken out before anything really happened. There's a shadow. It's just all red in the kill feed. There's 2 picks. The May is literally on the point by herself. It's a Mercy. Mercy gets taken down, and that's going to be the point. It's going to be Apollo up 2-0. It is Apollo up 2-0. That was, the first one was on EU server. This one was on NA server. Now the next one will go back to EU server, I believe. And you see the Sigma getting 3 of them with the ult. Just huge steamroll.
Hello, it is I, Nuclear, the producer.
Hey.
I'm going to be here to help you talk about what happened in that last match while we try to fix Ares' problem on his end.
He had technical difficulties. I saw that right after the first map. A lot of echo.
Yeah, I mean, Apollo still looked pretty good, even with the NA server working at disadvantage for them. Yeah, we also saw that crazy that TP with the Reinhardt on top on that first point there, and he jumped down and went in for the pin. That we saw some interesting, weird plays coming out from Apollo, but I liked seeing it. I liked seeing it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, sorry for the inconvenient solo cast that you had to do on that last map out of nowhere.
Oh, it's okay. Even a couple of weeks ago in Owl, was it Matt and Uber? And Matt's mic didn't work, and Uber had to solo the whole game.
Yeah, it happens. Technical difficulties. Working from home, everyone's quarantined, so can't always trust online.
What can Sleeping Dragons do to do a reverse sweep, or at least win a few team fights, get a point, and ultimately win a game?
Well, honestly, I think what Sleeping Dragons are going to need to work on is I think that their support onto Arb King isn't quite as much as he needs. He's playing in a very aggressive kind of fashion here, and it could work out very well, but we just need Geek Girl and the other healer. I can't quite think of who it is quite now, but as long as they're focusing Arb King, I think that they'll keep him alive just long enough to try to get the plays that he wants to do. But other than that, I think it might be a inside communication thing that they're going to have to work on together. All right, we are just waiting for substitutions from these teams.
Sleeping Dragons, just like I said, you hate to see it like this, like no subs, no nothing for.
Yeah, they're playing with a full roster here, so hopefully they can get that synergy going. And it does look like Ares isn't going to quite be able to make it back, so I will be filling his spot again for the color casting role.
It's okay. I'll work with anybody.
Let me just get set back up for this.
Okay. Hopefully Ares doesn't have any other technical difficulties on his end. Hopefully he is well and his family is well. Pandemic.
Yeah, definitely. We wish nothing but the best for all of our casters, everyone working in the background. So we just hope everyone, not just our people we know, but just everyone out there staying safe. But as we do get the substitutions, it looks like we are going to get Elfie and Fahad switched out once more. And then it looks like... Let's see. We are, looks like Ravioli and Roman for Jack and North. Romano.
And don't forget, like we talked about at the beginning, don't forget to check out the league. We have a Discord server. Do we have an Instagram?
I'm not quite sure if we do have an Instagram. I haven't seen anything from the Instagram, but I'm sure if there is, we will have somebody message us, and we'll leave that down in the description.
Okay. I know we have the server. We might have an Instagram. I know we have Facebook group. Twitter I'm not sure about, but I want to say for sure, certain we do have the Facebook group. And I'm almost positive about an Instagram.
Alright, and as we switch this back over to EU side, with Apollo having the advantage this time, we are going to go into Volskaya Industries, and both teams are ready now. So what kind of strategies do you expect here? Do you think anybody's going to try to go for that Sim TP on the left, even though it seems to not work out when anyone tries to do it?
I could see a Sim TP to the left. I could see a Reaper flank to the left. I could see a Widowmaker flank to the left easily. But don't forget also, this upcoming week, Echo goes live.
Oh, that's right. Echo will be going live. I'm not quite sure if we're going to allow that in this league. I haven't heard anything about that, but if we do get to put Echo right into the middle of battle, that will be kind of interesting to see. I want to see what DPS players on these teams have been. Well, I guess you can't really have been practicing her since PS4 players don't get the PTRs, so I wonder if anyone will end up playing Echo.
Looks like so far it's a McCree, Ryan, Zarya, Moira on defense versus a Moira, Zarya, more than likely a Ryan, Lucio, Tactor, and a Doofus to go little divey.
Yeah, and something interesting I'd also like to point out, Dream King and a few of the roster on Sleeping Dragons are actually playing different roles. Arp King now on the McCree, Level Bane on the Reinhardt, so let's see if these roster switches could help them out get that reverse sweep.
Alright.
You're gonna
See, they're both going to the choke point. There's the Mei Ice Wall. Maybe it's just the Doomfist is behind. Doomfist is behind. There's the punch on the Rhine. Gets nothing. But there are the picks coming in. Somehow the McCree fell off the map. I'm not sure what happened there. And it is just once again a team kill, all red in the kill feed.
Yeah,
there will be no swaps on either end. And looks like it's going to be a 5v6 to that point is capped.
Yeah, we definitely didn't see any swaps there, and I happened to be spectating Arp King when he did take that fall as McCree, so a little bit of unfortunate circumstances there. He just rolled right off. It could have been the ping. But as Apollo does try to go in a little bit aggressive here, they're going to lose a few members, so Sleeping Dragons are looking at a good place to hold right here.
The turret did take the Mercy right off the bat, then the turret got taken out. But they lost their run in the process. There's the Shatter coming out. And the Ryan's super close to going down. Ryan does want to get taken down in the Battle of Reinhardt's. Molten Core on everything on the points. Now, once again, all red in the kill feed. And then that's just a Winston if he could dive on point. Unless he gets staggered coming out. Looks like he will get staggered coming out. And this will be Apollo with a huge 5-minute and 16-second time on their second attack, if there is a second attack.
Yeah, definitely, and that's crazy. They actually have more time than they did when they started their first attack, so quite impressive. And if you're the Sleeping Dragons there, I'm not quite sure what fell apart there. I mean, there was a couple of early walk-ins, and that led them at the disadvantage there when Apollo came in to do some stagger kills, and you did call out that Mercy getting picked off right at the beginning. Could have been really big to help keep them alive for that beginning fight. So if you're the Sleeping Dragons, you're gonna have to do a really good push if you want to get some time into the bank.
I think the DPS need to step up. Whoever's on the DPS, you got to get picks.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's just what DPS does.
Yeah, and we did see Arb King do that unfortunate roll off of the map there at the beginning, and his team was already losing by that point, so it probably wouldn't have done too much, but Arb King and Crybaby definitely are going to have to get some opening picks here for the next couple of fights so they can even get a chance to start the reverse sweep.
Yeah. This is going to be on the DPS. It's going to be interesting now with the Genji, as Genji's kind of in a bad spot right here. So let's see what they can try to do with the Genji Tracer, kind of divish attack.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they're trying to go for. You do have the Genji already diving into the back line. Ooh.
And the Genji does get taken out thanks to a Discord Orb and a Torbjorn headshot. Down goes the Tracer, down goes the Ryan, down goes the Zarya, down goes the Mercy, and yet, once again, it's just a team kill, the hard stagger on the Moira.
Yeah, definitely. And the problem right there was Arb King going in. He's halfway to his Dragon Blade already, yeah, but he didn't quite get the support he needed to get the aggression off. And we see the same thing with Arb King as his tank play. It's aggression with him. So if these support lines just just help him and support him, Arb King might be able to build this blade up and get something done. So we do see the dragons start getting up.
Let's get the turret.
Yeah, turret down, but the rest of the dragons are still waiting for something to push onto, and with Riko-chan and Geeko going down, they can't push anything right now.
Huge reflect right there. It's nobody. Genji's close to doing it. And Genji dies with me. Reinhardt has to take the mega health pack right there. So I would have, that should have kind of gone to the Genji, because the Rein could get healed by a healer or something. There's the dynamite effect.
Yeah, we saw the ball Riko-chan out in the back as well, but Blade's going to come in from Arb trying to open it up.
And again, just no picks. You hate to see it.
Yeah, definitely. You do hate to see it. Arb King went in with the blade, didn't manage to get anybody, and now that's just Apollo managing to hold it again for themselves with less than 2 minutes left for the Sleeping Dragons. You have to start stepping up here.
And you do have the Bob. And the Torb has switched over to a Doomfist, another Divey character. So, there's huge dynamite. Able to get some damage on the Widow. There's Bob coming out, and both Bobs actually come out. And one Bob does get taken out. One Bob's still going. And there's Ash on Ash violence. And Ash takes on both the snipers. And
yeah,
again, it's just all red in the kill feed.
Yeah, we're going to see Riko-chan in the back, getting that little C9 ball cap that dragons seem to like to do will get taken off as a punishment, though. And now, Sleeping Dragons still have to wait for, make that a few of their people as they keep staggering out and getting picked off. Less than a minute here, and you're still getting held back in your spawn.
They're basically just getting spawn camped.
Yeah, definitely. And the ball, Riko-chan goes out there again and gets picked off. If you're Sleeping Dragons, you have to wait for the 6-man spawn to come in before anybody steps foot out of there, because Apollo is just sitting there picking off anybody that steps off. And the grab comes in from Raviolo.
Drinking on the support right here. Trying to have behind the building to heal up with the Mercy self-healing. With a Pharah. And
Yeah.
I just don't know if the Pharah Mercy will work this time, if it's too early, too late. And now she was separated.
She will get res though.
Yes, and Dream King able to survive it.
Ooh, but Bob there, keeping the point clear.
Nothing you could have done. The Bob was there, the mines were there. There was just nothing you could have done.
Yeah, definitely. And that's going to be Apollo taking the series 3-0, and quite rapidly if you do see it. And it's unfortunate because Sleeping Dragons came out of a win from that last game. Looked pretty good too, but Apollo came up and just outplayed them.
Yes, they did. And remember, this was 2 EU, 1 NA on the servers. We did rotate. If Sleeping Dragons would have won a game, we would have went to 2 NAs, 2 EUs, to be fair to both teams.
Yeah, definitely. And as we are... Yeah, so that will be the end of our series. Apollo taking it 3-0. Normally, at the end of a game, we do like to choose our MVP and try to get them in for an interview. Unfortunately, I don't quite have the time for an interview after the match, but Sam, is there any potential candidates that you've been watching that could be MVP for the game?
That's hard to say, because Apollo, everybody did their job. The supports held them, it kept the team alive. The DPS got picks, and the tanks made space. All of them. It was a total team effort to contribute, to the win. So it's kind of like, it's hard to say who was MVP when, everybody's doing their job.
Definitely. If I had to put my 2 cents in on this, Although Sleeping Dragons did have a couple of potential big plays there, they didn't quite shine. So I'm gonna have to put my vote on someone over to Apollo, and personally, probably Jamie on the Soldier 76, specifically in King's Row. Jamie was doing a lot of work on the Soldier.
You're absolutely correct right there. We'll go with that then.
Alrighty, then you heard it here. And so Jamie is going to be our tonight's MVP for the Apollo squad here. So congratulations.
You're
And
dude.
yeah, and if that's about it, I think you can be good to sign off, Sam.
Alright. We will sign off until next time in the IOWL.